Welcome to New Tech Who Dis, a podcast where we talk about the latest news in the world of technology. My name is Michael A.D.
And I am Nick A.R.
Yeah, I actually forgot what you put for your last name.
I did too. I think there was a whole conversation last time. It's like, well, I can't do Nick R because if you say that too fast, it sounds bad.
Yeah.
Should have been Nick Allen. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm the guy from the last one. That's all you need to know. Don't ask questions, okay? You're here to learn.
Yeah, it's time to learn. Yeah, so I mean the first one that I came across since the last episode was that Far-Ultraviolet LED efficiently kills bacteria and viruses without harming people. So disregard the nose picking thing going off on the right hand side there.
No, that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Yeah, you stick the LED way up inside your asshole. I mean your nose.
That's the primary technique. Got to shove it inside yourself. That's how you get the best quality LED light.
Yeah, you don't want any of that bacteria. You know, the majority of the bacteria inside your body is in your stomach.
Yeah. Do you know what the dirtiest part of the human body is?
I forget. Your hands?
The butthole.
Is it though?
I know, it's just a joke I heard somewhere. If you know Anthony Jeselnik, like he says it, like one podcast, he just kept on telling the joke over and over again. And it's better if there's someone with you, because then you can you'll be looking at your hands as you're doing it, and then they'll be like, "Oh, your hands," and no, the butthole. And you should move on to a different topic.
Oh, okay.
Nobody sees it coming.
A powerful LED can efficiently disinfect surfaces while remaining safe for people. So I guess like they shine a light on a table and they got rid of the bacteria.
Yeah.
Donald
Trump was right. Maybe next we'll be injecting ourselves with bleach.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I forgot that he said that. Oh my God. I forgot that oh my God. Oh.
What do you mean? It's a great idea. Every medical professional would recommend that.
Oh, fuck. Anyway. Yeah. Election season for the U.S. is, happening right now. Yeah. So
4 more years. 4 more years.
All right.
We're going to France. Or maybe Quebec. I don't know. No, they're for the French Canadian. That's different.
Is this? Yeah. Okay. So this came out just recently, I suppose. French farmers are covering crops with solar panels to produce food and energy at the same time. I feel like did we not talk about this? Does this sound familiar to you?
No, we did not talk about
it. I don't know. I think maybe this was one of them that actually. Excuse me, read into before I made it my bookmark. But yeah, no, it's just kind of interesting. I feel like that's a very efficient way to do it. Like, who was I? Yeah, it was at work where I was talking about how energy efficiency and making making it so that Nevada, I think it was Nevada. Making that entire state just agriculture, like the entire state, and doing vertical farms and stuff like that.
And it's what state?
On what?
What state?
Nevada. Yeah. Yeah, just because I don't know. It's not really used for anything other than Vegas, right? I don't know.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's all desert. I heard flood Ohio and make it a fish hatchery, or just make it a big lake and just have fish.
Oh,
develop. I was gonna say grow, but grow into fully grown fish. I guess.
Okay,
but that's just because people hate Ohio, apparently.
Well, it is kind of a bowl. I don't know if you've ever driven through there, but even the
then.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Fuck it.
Just fill it up with water.
You heard it, God. We need another great flood.
Yeah,
Kill 'em all.
start in Ohio.
And end there, please. And end there.
Just kind of end at Columbus or something. Nah, I don't know.
Let's be honest. Everyone's there against their will. Okay.
I don't know why this is taking so long to load there, but Amazon faces $1 billion lawsuit in UK for favoring its own products. I think I read into this a little bit too. So like the way that like the servers for Amazon over in like the UK servers and stuff like that were basically like pumping. I don't know. I forget the term for it. Boosting. Yeah, boosting. They were basically boosting certain products that they favorited by giving them like better reviews and stuff like that. And then, yeah. So
Well, is Amazon like Google too, where if people pay more money, they can have their product at the top of the search results, or how does that work?
Well, let me see here. Because it doesn't say anything about like search. Wait. Oh,
there we go. I can't read, so that's probably why I didn't know.
Yeah, I mean the way that I have the recording set up is that it's zoomed in a little bit.
Okay.
So that it kind of covers up all the bookmarks and all the like the URL and stuff like that.
Gotcha. Not gonna lie, when you first clicked on this, I thought it was that they were flavoring their own products, and I was like, what? Like they're taking Doritos and stuff, popping them open, and just like
just sprinkling Dorito dust,
yanking a quick one in there or something. I don't know.
Flavor.
I mean, it was in quotations, so I was like, well, maybe flavoring isn't actually flavoring. Maybe they're tampering with it.
Yeah, just jizzing all over your nice new cookware from Amazon.
Making it extra salty.
View options and reject. Oh, jeez. Save and exit. All right. What are noise detecting cameras and how will they crack down on Britain's loudest drivers? Noise detecting cameras targeting drivers are en route to more of the UK in the coming weeks. If the expanded trial is deemed a success, the government says the cameras could be rolled out more widely. Let's see. So how does it work? Speed cameras are familiar to us all. They monitor vehicles using sensors on the road, blah, blah, blah. Noise cameras will also have a camera, but rather than being called into action by speed, they will instead take the sound level into account using onboard microphones. The recordings are accurate enough, or should be, to identify exactly which vehicle was behind the offending noise, whether that be an unnecessary rev of the engine or a loud illegal exhaust. They will also be able to distinguish such sounds from the wider environment. Okay. Cross between Shazam and a normal number plate camera. I kind of understand it, but I guess I don't see how it can be that accurate. I guess I don't understand that part.
Maybe it's, I mean, yeah, if there are multiple cars there, how they're going to detect exactly where the sound's coming from. I mean,
yeah. Road regulations say vehicles' exhausts and silencers are expected to be appropriately maintained and not altered to increase the level of noise produced. A lack of compliance could lead to $50 on-the-spot fine. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It must be, maybe it's more of an issue there, or maybe in more
like
rural towns. I don't know why that'd be that big of a deal, I guess.
Well, loud exhaust. I mean, it's because, like, Gabby can kind of attest, like, where we come from. I guess I don't know how high schoolers were when you went to high school and stuff like that, but, like, they would put stuff on the mufflers to make their cars sound louder and stuff like that. Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, well, but mine was mainly your dick size depend on how big of tires you had on your truck and how jacked off it was off the ground.
Yeah.
So we'll do.
I mean, we had that too, because like I remember there was like one corner of the parking lot at the high school where like all the big wheels and the big mufflers went. Basically, all the people who thought they were cool kind of thing, and then like and then we also had tractor day, where like you could bring in a tractor into school, like drive it to school and just drop it off in the parking lot. Like,
kids did that too at our school. Like
okay.
It's like a prank. It wasn't like, hey, bring your tractor. It was like, we're going to take up the whole parking lot with our tractors. And it's like, there's a reason why no one likes you country boys.
Yep. So next article is password usage is falling worldwide, but that might not be a big problem. Other security solutions are making passwords obsolete. So things like fingerprint and face cams, they're becoming a little bit more accurate. Multi-factor authentication is definitely a big one. It's definitely a big one in like healthcare systems and stuff like that. Yep. So yeah, I suppose, because look, I work in IT, and a lot of the stuff that I deal with, a lot of the calls are like, oh, I can't get into this account, or I tried changing my password and now it doesn't work anymore. So like, I see what kind of passwords that even healthcare professionals are using to keep their stuff, secure. And I mean, thank God we have so many multi-factor authentications to use almost any type of application that we have. But like, when I more often than not, I see either it's hospice 123, like that's a big one, and then like the season of here and now, and then the year of here and now, kind of, whether the year is before or after, like it's bad.
So based on your knowledge of password security and IT stuff, yeah, if someone were to have a password that is, this is my password, I mean, it's a phrase, is that a bad one? Is it a good one?
Right. Yeah, no, that's a bad one, because like, I mean, Microsoft is starting to make it so that like you can't have just like a phrase in there. Like if it's either a word that's recognizable in the English language, that's starting to not be acceptable. So, stuff like that. But like a good way to figure out whether or not you've been pwned, as in like, say if somebody found out your password, or say like a site that you have an account on is being used, or like somebody hacked into a website that you have an account on, and there's a possibility that your password or your username was leaked, or maybe both. Most of the time it's both. I mean, if they can get your username, it's just one more step to get your password, kind of thing. So have I been pwned? And this website was actually made by a cybersecurity professional. I don't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's actually a pretty cool guy. So like you can put in your email in here, to figure out whether or not you've been pwned. So like, I mean, I can put, I don't know.
Put your MySpace account in there. Apparently that's pretty popping right now.
So wait, I see that. Oh no, okay, so these are just like past, past big breaches and stuff like that. So like, I mean, the email for this thing, and then I think I had one. I don't even remember my password. Yeah, so like, it'll say, oh no, good news, there are no breached accounts and stuff like that. But yeah, you can just go in here and put in your number, your email, and figure out whether or not you've been pwned. And I did actually find out that not my Gmail, like not my personal Gmail, but my Yahoo account was taken. So Yeah.
Not the Yahoo. Anything but your Yahoo.
It was a terrible email anyway. I got more spam than anything. Yeah, Uber plans to advertise to you at every stage of your ride using your own data. Interesting. Yeah, so I guess on the app. Here I was thinking that like Uber drivers were going to be
All individually sponsored now.
well,
This is the Doritos guy.
well, I thought that they would be like required to put like some, I don't know, some iPad or Google Pad on the back of their seat so that the passengers in the back would have to look at advertisements while riding in the car. Like I thought that's what was going like that's the first image that popped up into my head. But
Cool, I guess. Have a little kid show on for your little passenger, and then every now and then a little ad comes up.
Yeah, yep.
Win-win for everybody.
Yeah. An Uber's spokesperson told the Wall Street Journal that the company only uses aggregated information from users. Uber's general manager for their advertising division, Mark Grether, meanwhile mentioned that users can opt out of targeted ads through the Uber app. The company's advertising policies restrict it from having ads based on visits to reproductive health centers, as well as medical centers, schools, government buildings, or even adult entertainment.
No.
Microsoft data breach exposes customers' contact info emails. Microsoft said today that some of its customers' sensitive information was exposed by a misconfigured Microsoft server accessible over the internet. The company secured the server after being notified of the leak on September 24th, 2022, by security researchers at threat intelligence firm SOC Radar. This misconfiguration resulted in the potential or unauthenticated access to some business transaction data corresponding to interactions between Microsoft and prospective customers, such as the planning or potential implementation and provisioning of Microsoft's services, the company revealed. So, big breach, happened a while ago. Don't know why it's coming up like almost a month later, but
weird.
Yeah.
So that means there's not that email about hot local singles in my area. It's not accurate.
You're telling me that I can't, that I shouldn't click on that.
Yeah,
it's gonna lead to nothing. Yeah, no, yeah. So like the company I work for definitely uses Microsoft, so that's a little unsettling. But like I said before, we deal with a lot of multi-factor authentication through like everything that we do with Microsoft. So I don't think this is much of an issue as long as people are using the multi-factor. Yeah, I don't know.
As long as those old people in hospice don't have emails.
Yeah.
They'll be safe. They'll be clicking on. They'll be trying to give to the Nigerian prince.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone is tied up. Help me.
Hackers threatened to release medical info of Australian actors, politicians, activists, and more. I do remember this because then the comments were talking about, oh no, not Hugh Jackman. Oh no, not Nicole Kidman or Keith Urban or Chris Hemsworth or
Russell Crowe.
But then there was also like the whole comments about, oh, now we can know the DNA of Hugh Jackman and make our own and continue on the Wolverine. Well, yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Better.
Yes. Yeah. I forget what his name was or what the character's name was. On the Logan movie, they made the clone of him that was just like a monster kind of. Did you watch Logan?
But wasn't the kid was
well the kid Yeah, the kid was a clone, but then like they made another clone of him that was just just Hugh Jackman. Yeah.
It was like animalistic and just acted on that and didn't have like any personality or anything. They stripped him of that.
Right. Yeah, that. Yeah. What do you get when you cross an e-bike with a supercar? The vintage Roadster offers a load of performance in a gorgeous package. So, I mean, yeah, it looks kind of retro.
Yeah.
But, I know that like
brown seat.
Yeah. Then the brown seat.
That retro look, Except what's that? Is that like a battery? Is that where the battery pack is in the middle there? Or under the
kind of. Well, it is an e-bike. So like, I suppose that would be where the motor is as well as the battery.
It stores what potential energy, right?
Yeah, I think so.
If you pedal and it does that, or like if you go down a hill, it stores that.
Yeah. So like, Markiplier, he's talked about how he's got like an e-bike and he uses it quite often, and he said that he can get that thing going up to like 35 miles an hour for quite a while, and he's been putting more miles on that than most people put on their cars. At least that's like what he was saying in the area that he lives in, because I believe that he lives over by like LA and stuff. So I suppose more often than not people are walking than driving because traffic's so shit over there. But yeah, so
I suppose good means of transportation, save the planet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got light too. And some thick tires. Ooh,
nice.
Pretty fancy. It's got a little side mirror. Look at those retro grips on there.
Yeah.
Looks like Thor's hammer grip.
I suppose you could get like custom ones too to make it so that, like you can, change the grip style and make it like actual Mjolnir. And like, I don't know, do something cool. Pimp my ride. That'd be really cool to customize it that way.
Ooh, pimp my bike.
Yeah. Firefox 106 will let you type directly into browsers PDFs. So Adobe is now obsolete. Fuck you, Adobe. Every time I try to download you want to put McAfee back on the laptop, and that like McAfee's fucking terrible. So it embeds itself into the like device, and you have to practically re-image it to get rid of it. But like, shit. So like the company that I work for, we just ordered a bunch of laptops, but the person that ordered them, I won't mention any names, but like they ordered them without the proper version of Windows and without the like certain things already downloaded or not downloaded onto it. So like we had to basically install it ourselves, and it wouldn't. So it's interesting when it comes to new devices and installing Windows on it, because the images that we have, I mean, they have to be, a certain type of image in order for us to work with it properly. So like, it came with McAfee, and there's no way to get it off of there. There's just no way. And the thing is like McAfee fucks up with some of the other systems that we use, security wise. And like, even after re-imaging it, Windows recognizes the like hardware within the laptop and basically says, "Oh, you need this kind of Windows." That's basically how Windows works, in ways. And like, even after upgrading it and becoming the administrator, I was still unable to get the antivirus off there. But like, it's a pain in the ass.
Sounds like it. I mean, I know nothing about that stuff, but I would not want to deal with that. Yeah,
well, like, I just remember like a couple days ago, we had a party over at Nick's place, and I started talking about like people submitting tickets and the difference between like the different statuses, and I could see you guys' like eyes start to glaze over, like you're trying to consume the information, but it's just not on your on your like register kind of thing. Like it just like all
Nod your
years.
head and smile.
Yep. Like thumbs up.
Try to ask some sort of question, make it seem like you kind of are following a bit.
Or do the whole thing where you just repeat the last four words that they say or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Foxconn, maker of iPhones, unveils Foxtron Model V electric pickup truck. So I was kind of looking at this because a couple of coworkers of mine are looking into getting electric vehicles. I believe that one of the guys already like has one, just kind of to try it out. I mean, it's if they can get up to the level of, you know, using a pickup truck for its actual purposes, then hell yeah.
If we can actually haul stuff. I mean, that 2,000 to 6,000, that's a decent amount. 3-ton towing capacity. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Definitely. All right.
I mean, I don't know. Let's see. Port is launched. So, I mean, if it's something that can, I don't know, like most people don't need to haul that much, but I mean, if they can get something like that where it's like an F-250 where like you see more people hauling huge trailers, that might be a market that people could break into if I'm sure that uses a lot more gas or diesel actually then. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I'd say people a bit of money if that were a thing.
Yeah.
Huh. I've never heard of that company before. Interesting. 430 mile range. That's actually pretty good.
Wait, this company?
Yeah.
Foxconn? Okay, so Foxconn, because these are, you know, they're like maker of iPhones, like they're the actual company behind, like the company that employs people to build the things. Like they're a China-based company that like they're the ones that basically start up the factories and stuff that people commit suicide over. So
child factories where they are just like taking apart electronics all day.
Well, more like grown adults, but then like they have these factories that are like some of the corporate buildings are like skyscrapers, and they have suicide catch nets on the skyscrapers. Like,
is that more of a Chinese thing though? Because this one,
that's what I mean. It's Chinese, but it's like Foxconn is Chinese based. Well, it says Taiwan, but
go on.
Yeah.
About to start a debate whether or not Taiwan's China, Mike.
Okay, I don't want to touch that. Let's move on. Exclusive Tesla's Cybertruck to start mass production at the end of 2023. So, like, this is the other EV truck that's by the one and only Elon Musk. So, like, this is the one where he's like, oh yeah, and the you can see the cracks. The windows of the truck are completely bulletproof. Watch this crack.
Stop the first bullet, and after that you're fucked.
Yep.
Oh, cool dance moves, Elon. Fuck yeah, I get it. Oh, strip it down, bud.
With early
a little unknown fact, he's a good businessman, but a lot of these ideas are not his. Tesla, not his. He just bought into it, took over the company, and then
basically funded it.
Basically funded it. Same as Dragon X? SpaceX. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, SpaceX. Yep, that makes sense. Well, like, my manager, he has, I think he said like his cousin or something like that works in NASA. Like, he's an actual like space engineer and shit. So like he used to work in SpaceX. So like he confirmed that Elon Musk does actually have like this 100-hour work week type mindset and just kind of tries to enforce that mindset on his employees as well. So like I guess he is a hard worker because he's got a bunch of different companies under his belt, but I don't know, dude.
Yeah. Easy for the rich. They don't need to sleep with the ones doing the manual labor and shit.
Yeah.
Eat the rich. Also, that car, their truck, ugly as hell.
Yeah.
They're nicer looking cars in 2077 Cyberpunk than that.
Or like a PlayStation 1 racing game.
Yeah. It's straight out of Twisted Metal for PS1.
Yep. USB-C can hit 120 gigabytes with newly published USB 4 version 2.0 or 2.0 spec. Yeah, so I mean in the work that I have, I mean they're becoming different types of like voltages and wattages, different types of specs that you're needing to, get the full potential out of the USB-C in order to get that fast charging. So, I mean, with the new version, things are getting more efficient, with, better results and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that it, people won't need a fucking, rocket engine in order to power like their shit in the coming future. But like, yeah, no, I mean, I see this as a good thing. There is an article somewhere in here that's about iPhones. Like they're making it so that their power charge port is moving over to USB-C as well. So which will make it a lot easier.
Use with other chargers and such. That'd be great.
Yeah, because like the company that I work for, when we give out devices, there was a time where we were like, like we can't find a good option, and there have been times where we've had to like dish out like iPads, but like we just got an iPad back because they didn't need it anymore, and of course they kept the charging cable. Like,
yeah.
Because I mean, who wouldn't? So, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cheaper hearing aids hit stores today, available over the counter for the first time. Holy shit! This is big stuff because I mean, well, I remember coming across the thumbnail for this article and thinking, how close are we to being able to have not necessarily, well, yeah, over the counter penicillin, or not what's the word? Not penicillin. Insulin. Yeah. Because I've got a couple of friends and some family that are diabetic, and like it's expensive. Like,
yeah,
half the money.
Like EpiPens, I mean,
yeah,
all that shit.
Stupid.
Well, that'll be good. I mean, hearing aids are incredibly expensive. So if you're on the lower end of the social economic hierarchy, definitely make it more affordable and easier to get, and won't have money be a barrier to you getting something like that. Because my grandpa has hearing aids. I mean, a battery is super expensive for those things, and they're just expensive in general.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, right here in the article, it says that the price before, used to be $2,000 to $8,000 per pair, but now you're looking at like $800 or okay, selling the over-counter hearing aids ranging from $200 to $1,000 per pair, which I mean cuts the low end of the old price in half for the most expensive version now. Yeah. So I guess the FDA and the White House are kind of pushing this, so that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
TikTok is introducing an adults only content option. Hell
yeah, show me them titties.
Yep.
I wonder if you gotta pay for it.
Let me see.
It might just be like you gotta put in your age, I'm guessing.
Yeah, 18 and older.
Unless if it's like on a bunch of other sites where just put in your date of birth. You can't do math
Yeah.
to make 18 years old.
Or, I mean, other certain sites where it's like, oh, are you 18? Yeah, I'm totally 18. Or like over 18. I'm totally 18.
What? Yeah.
Totally. Leaked documents show just how fast employees are leaving Amazon. Last year, only a third of Amazon's new hires stayed with the company for more than 90 days before quitting, being fired, or getting laid off, according to leaked documents obtained by Engadget. The report is the latest indication that Amazon is having serious issues retaining employees, and it reveals the company's estimate that its attrition rate costs it almost $8 billion a year across its global consumer field operations team. So like we have an Amazon facility that's kind of close to where we are, and I'm hearing advertisements over the radio that it's like, come on in. We like they're advertising that they don't even do the interview. It's just like, oh, you want to work? Come on in. You get like a $3,000 sign-on bonus or something like that. And
we'll
like
slap a vest on you.
well, it's like, I mean, with the sign-on bonus, why would people stay? I mean, it's great that you're giving those people the opportunity. And I mean, if I were given the opportunity and I didn't have anything else in mind, I might take that. I mean, me knowing myself, I would probably stick around a lot longer than I wanted to and be depressed as fuck. Like, I mean, it's not a good tactic to try to keep people. But on the other hand, treat your employees right. Like if you like actually put some effort into treating your employees and making people happy, it goes a long way. Holy fucking shit. Like it's a big surprise. Fuck.
Just give them access to more bottles that have bigger holes in them so they can pee in them.
Yeah, just like instead of like sticking a beer bottle up your hoo-ha like a catheter.
Yeah, big brain plays. Come on.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
Checkmate, Amazon, your move.
Was that Bezos real or was that just a meme?
I mean, who knows? You hear stories that they don't have enough time for bathroom breaks, or like if they step away for too long or do something they're not supposed to, that their rating then goes down, and the lower your rating is, the something happens. Yeah, I don't remember quite what, but
I thought, and this might have been a meme too, but I thought that they were coming out with like vests or something that would like send a little tingle of electricity if you're like going in the wrong direction in the warehouse or something like that. And it was supposed to like combat how expansive the warehouses can be. But I mean, honestly, if that was true, I don't know if it is. But if it was true, you're practically giving your employees a shock collar to try to keep them awake. Like that's what all the comments about that article or meme or whatever the fuck it was. But like, good lord.
I mean, there's no way that is true though, because I mean, worker rights groups would be like fighting against that if that was the thing. I mean, if anything, it doesn't need to be a shock. I mean, just beep if they're going the wrong direction.
Yeah. Smart buoy hears the sea to protect whales against ship collisions. The AI-powered devices help vessels steer clear. I mean, does it really need to be AI? I mean, I could just
like die on there.
Well, no, just like
just making whale noises.
Watch out for the buoy.
We got a buoy here.
Ship, no,
run away.
Fuck.
Or swim, I mean, you can't run, you have legs.
Yeah, you're not like us humans. Fuck yourself. I mean, watch out. Um, yeah, the device floating in Gulf of Corcovado, 684 miles, 684, wow, 684 miles away from Chile, alerts ships to nearby blue humpback right in, wait, what? Alerts ships to nearby blue.
It's just the different breeds of whales: blue whale, humpback whale, and a right whale.
Yeah,
Or right whale and Sai.
I guess I was stuck on the say, I don't know. I was stuck on that because it was I had the thought that like it was actually like, hey, the whales are this way. You're doing some whale catching, go over in that direction.
Hey, come here. Hey, are you Japanese? Hey, we got some whales over here.
We got some whales. We got some octopus this way. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Chinese government hackers are targeting America's state political parties. No way! Oh my gosh, the Russians did it last time. Now it's the Chinese. Oh, big whoop. Blah blah blah. Okay. Where's the article?
On a list, Mike. Way to
go. Snap launches Halloween AR. Okay, augmented reality shopping experience. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. Halloween is coming past. Sorry for the late update, but yeah. That's kind of cool. I mean, yeah, the whole green screen thing is becoming a lot easier with apps to be able to use that and recognizing, what's human and what's not,
Yeah.
But yeah.
You ever wondered if you'd look good in the sexy creeper costume?
Yeah.
Wait no longer. Here it is, bud.
Yup. Electric vehicles for renters getting landlords to act. Go for a walk in a dense urban area like where I live in Oakland, and you come across extension cords winding across the sidewalk to vehicles. It shows the need for more access to effective vehicle charging. Renters are especially left out, and this could be hurting electric vehicle adoption. Lucas Davis has found that in California, homeowners are 3 times more likely to own an electric vehicle than renters. Even comparing homeowners and renters with similar... Excuse me. Comparing homeowners and renters with similar incomes, renters are much less likely to own electric vehicles. My own recent experience as a landlord trying to provide electric chargers shows how hard closing this gap will be, but also suggests potential policy responses. Yeah. So, I mean, with this similar incomes and renters versus homeowners, I mean, because depending on who you have for your landlord, they could just be completely wild and be like, oh, new year, new rent raise, now you're paying $400 more every month. Happy holidays, or whatever.
Merry Christmas.
So, like, with that being more unpredictable than having like a set mortgage, like that's one factor to put into play, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, also if your apartment doesn't have like an actual parking garage or like a parking building, something like that, then you're gonna have issues with trying to distribute electricity that way too. Because
okay. Oh, sorry. No, you go. You can.
No, you.
No. I was gonna say, hey, peanut gallery. That like if you are renting and you live in an apartment building rather than if you're renting a house, it is harder to probably have an electric car because like charging it, like they said, or you said, whatever. How are you going to like? If you live in an apartment building and you're charging it outside in an outlet, then like you're not necessarily paying for the electricity because it'd be the building's electricity. So
yeah,
I mean, I guess how would this makes it difficult to figure out how you would charge your tenants for that then too. I'm not defending them, but
yeah, True.
I mean, if he were to own, it just makes it a lot easier, I guess.
Yeah.
Or if you had specifically designated charging points for whoever needed it,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it would make more sense or
Mm-hmm.
something. I guess I don't know necessarily how those work, like in relation to supercharge stations like that they have across the country, but
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm. Mm. Meta employees are not big fans of the metaverse. Yeah, social media giant Meta is going through a challenging time as the share value has been down to 63 or 62.3% since January. The market value of the company is down 570 billion. You'll see in later some of the later articles that we have in here that um Meta is now no longer a billion or no, $1 trillion company or something like that. But yeah,
well,
um, go figure.
yeah. Oh no, what would
Comcast
they do?
Comcast pulls the plug on G4 TV, ending comeback try for gamer focused network. So I mean, like times have changed. When the TV show was out when it first came out, I don't know if you watched. Did you watch G4 at all?
Like a couple minutes here and there. I mean, it wasn't something I really sought out, but I
Yeah.
knew of it and like knew what it was about, gaming stuff, gaming culture,
Yeah.
entertainment stuff.
Yeah, so like I mean, it used to be a good way to get some of that news, but I mean, times have changed. People are, I mean, there's so many different YouTube channels you can watch gaming, new gaming content for free,
Hmm.
instead of having to, pay a subscription to watch some streaming thing to bring G4 back. It's just, I think it was just the wrong time, and I think there's some section down here where one of the people was like, "Oh, you're not gonna watch it? Then just watch something else or something." Like I don't know. They said something like that. I'm trying to find it, but I can't find a quote in here.
I mean, I
Uh,
guess those are your options: either watch that or watch something else. I mean,
like yeah, no, it was uh I can't find it. I guess I don't know. Maybe we'll come across the quote somewhere else, but um yeah, yeah. China aims to seize control over the internet. This is it's kind of the same thing that North Korea did, where they kind of have a monopoly on the information going in and out. That's kind of what's going on here. So like another thing is that the keyboards, like just to fucking type in the Chinese language, it's a little bit like predictive text. Like they definitely use the predictive text a lot more because it's
yeah,
not like you can fit all the different like characters in the Chinese language on a keyboard, let alone like a mobile device. So they definitely use a lot of that predictive text. Well, the thing is like when it comes to the AI figuring out what you want to type and then connecting that to the internet, that really just it really enforces that whole idea of a information monopoly. Um,
yeah.
and there's like, I mean, you can even look up. There's typing competitions, like Olympics, typing Olympics for whether it's English or if it's Chinese. But the thing is like the best like English typists, I suppose, can type. Oh, let me just look it up here. Olympic records of English typing. Of course, it's not going to show me. Typing competition? English typing topic? Do
Do they have color commentators too? As he hits the downstroke of the peak, he moves quickly into the ER.
Yep. Well, like, yeah. So the highest typing speed ever recorded for English speaking was 216 words per minute.
And to think I'm only doing like 40 to 50.
Yep. So let me just see here, because and then there's Chinese.
Whoever's getting this is swimming in puss or dick.
So like when it comes to just the regular Chinese typists, they basically hit that record, and they're like, the average is right around the record, the competition record. Okay, that's not the number I'm looking for. It says 69, and I feel like that's fake. World's fastest typers. Yeah, so like the average is about 43 words per minute. You got the 216 from that person from before, and that's in 1946. But like, you got, let's see here. Let's see if I can just search. Yeah, the Pinyin keyboard. I don't know. You'll have to look it up, because like there's, unless I was lied to.
Who do that to you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of weird typing competition.
Yeah, it is kind of a weird thing, but yeah. Well, so there's this video on it. That's, I mean, if you ever get the chance to look up and watch some of Johnny Harris's stuff, I would recommend not watching it on your phone, watching it on the actual TV, with some good speakers and stuff. He makes, the not necessarily the simplest of stories, quite, interesting, but, he has a very good way of storytelling with his videos. So if you ever get the chance to watch any of his stuff, Johnny Harris, good shit. But no, he has a video on, the Chinese keyboard, and kind of like how they, made a good, efficient keyboard system there. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, information monopoly over in China. Who'd have thought? I'm just gonna kind of like speed through a lot of this, because I don't want to spend too much time here. The bummer of the 7,500 electric vehicle tax credit. Its full value may be hard to get. The Inflation Reduction Act, which President Biden signed in August 16, created a tax credit for consumers who buy new electric vehicles. The clean vehicle credit is worth up to $7,500. It's non-refundable, meaning buyers need to have a federal tax liability to get full or partial benefits. The credit also comes with assembly, manufacturing, and other requirements that may initially limit consumers' tax break. So it's a little bit tricky. I guess you'll have to do the math if you're looking into having an electric vehicle and getting that tax credit there. But yeah, major U.S. political donors said to pursue Maltese. Why did I ever? What does this have to do with anything that I'm talking about? What is this? I'm not going to log in. I'm not going to subscribe. Fuck you, New York Times. Choose EV. Calculate your. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck? All right. Meta said damaging internal email is fake. Okay, is fake. URL not in use. Here's evidence they're wrong. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Me. Blah blah blah. Me. More meta stuff from The Wire. So, yep.
Something you would think someone would say to cover up their own ass, right?
Yeah.
Weird.
Musk appeasement of Putin in China stokes fears of new Twitter policies. In the past 10 days, he suggested that Ukraine give up Crimea. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And that Taiwan be ruled like Hong Kong, Now he's threatening Ukraine's access to his Starlink satellite system, critical to Ukraine's war effort. Yeah, so here's the thing is like Elon Musk is kind of behind this, but Elon Musk is also in cahoots with Putin, just because like the Russians and Elon Musk are kind of like they work together on some of the stuff for SpaceX. So like all of that is kind of linked, and I'm not sure I'm not sure where that's gonna. Yep, see, Elon Musk. Yeah, blah blah blah. Twitter, blah. Oh, I wonder if that's why Elon Musk wanted to buy Twitter. I don't know. All these conspiracy theories. I don't know. Do your research. I'm not gonna do it right now. Microsoft accidentally revealed a UI design prototype for the next version of Windows at Ignite 2022. So, yep, they accidentally leaked some of the UI design for Windows, whatever they want to call it, Windows 12, Windows 13. I don't know. Maybe just skip another number. Like, who the fuck cares? But like Windows 11 has still got a lot of issues there, bud. Like, I don't know. I feel like you guys should start ironing out the rest of Windows 11 before even touching anything like Windows 12 or whatever the fuck. I'm saying that a lot, but like, what's that?
It's fine.
Yeah,
skip it. Just do like with the iPhones, it skip 9 and just go right to the next one.
So much screaming inside me. Google Stadia shutdown stuns indie developers. Yeah, so Stadia didn't do so well. It was kind of perceived that way when it first started off. The advertisements were a little bit over the top. I guess that was the only thing that really got it going. There's a couple of YouTube videos that they have on here that are kind of like, doing the thing. Yeah, I guess a streaming platform for video games, I don't think we're there yet, just because there isn't the widest usage of high-speed internet. It's just not widely available, and I think that's the big thing that really killed Stadia. If you want to look into the fine print of the rest of this article, feel free to check it out. I'll put the link in the description. How a fleet of robots could help solve the Great Lakes plastic pollution problem. Yeah, so I mean, these things have been out there in the sea for a while now, going in the Great Lakes, which is around the area that we live. I mean, and this is talking about Lake Ontario as well, Toronto. So yeah, I mean, all good stuff. Clean up that shit. Google will soon test Project Starline video chat booths in the real world. T-Mobile, WeWork, and others will try the technology as soon as this year. Google's elaborate video chat booths will soon exist as more than just a clever design exercise. So that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, advancements that way. All good shit. Stanford exoskeleton walks onto its out into the real world. After years of careful development, engineers have created a boot-like exoskeleton that increases walking speed and reduces effort outside of the lab. For years, the Stanford Biomechatronics Laboratory has captured imaginations with their exoskeleton emulators, lab-based robotic devices that help wearers walk and run faster with less effort. Now, these researchers will turn heads out in the wild with their first untethered exoskeleton featured in a paper published October 12th in Nature. So like, here's the thing is, kind of comparing whether it's technology developments, scientific developments, stuff like that, comparing that to like things of science fiction. Like it's that whole thing where it's like, is life reflective of art, or is art reflective of life? Like, did these things come out because people were like, oh, like, I'm gonna make a cartoon about this, and then I don't know, and then there are a bunch of geeks that were in the military that soon became, big nation leading scientists that were like, that's a fucking cool idea. Think of all this. Think of all the money. Like, I don't know.
Have
Like
you
that.
ever played Call of Duty Advanced Warfare? That's the best Call of Duty where they had the jetpacks and the exoskeleton.
Yeah, I like Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 was a good one too.
Okay, man, I was a Black Ops 2 guy.
But Black Ops 3 had the exoskeletons too.
Oh yeah, that's right, never mind, but Black Ops 2 is the best one.
But how's Modern Warfare 2 going on? I see that you're playing that a while or a couple times.
It's fine. I mean, they made it kind of weird. I don't know.
You're making it weird.
I don't know. I like just like leveling up stuff.
Okay.
I don't know if you played any of the like what the last Call of Duty you played was, but they made it now. Like in the past, would have been you use the gun and you get all the attachments by just playing with it and leveling the gun up and reaching certain levels with it.
Okay. Yeah.
But now they made it where like it's a cool concept, and like with camos too, it's the same thing. You unlock one camo or attachment for a gun with one gun, and it unlocks for all the guns, which is a cool concept. But then it's like, okay, if you want this really good attachment, you gotta level this other gun up to like level 4, which could take at least like 4 to 5 games, depending on what game mode you're playing. It's kind of annoying with that aspect. Like it's like, I just let me use the gun I want to use and get the attachments I want to use with it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's still like fun. Like I don't know, I have fun with it. Pisses me off, but like it's a different level of fun, I guess. Just like like Apex has the new map out today, I think.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of testing it out after we were done with this. That's why I'm trying to like do a speed round with the last or next couple of articles.
Yeah, it looks like we got a lot going.
Yeah. There were. I mean, my phone was just filled up to the brim almost every day, and I had to like weed through what seemed interesting on the like article title. Yeah. Brazil court finds Apple orders to sell iPhone with charger. Yep. So that's one thing. Speed around here.
Pretty clear cut. Yeah.
Apple partners with Goldman Sachs to introduce high yield savings account for Apple Card holders. FCC to ban all new Huawei and ZTE equipment on national security grounds. Ban would prevent new products from getting FCC approval, older ones not affected. How Wi-Fi spy drones snooped on financial firm. Check your rooftops. Flying gear caught carrying a network intrusion kit. Modified off-the-shelf drones have been found carrying wireless network intrusion kit in a very unlikely place. The idea of using a consumer-oriented drone for hacking has been explored over the past decade at secure conferences like Black Hat 2016 in both the U.S. and Europe. So this is no surprise if you know anything about that with Black Hat 2016, which is like a cybersecurity convention for those that don't know. Microsoft AR glasses aren't cutting it with U.S. soldiers, says leaked report. So I kind of brushed over this. Microsoft tried like doing this augmented reality thing and trying to have the army test it out, and the army now is saying that there's more likely to get shot than to like use it effectively. So
that's just for training, it looks like, right? I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean,
how are they gonna, like, if you're getting shot in training, like, those aren't real guns. So
with the idea to
maybe the notion is that they're not getting adequately trained, so they're going to get killed in combat, in actual combat, maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's what. So this guy, one of the testers, one of the military members, said the devices would have gotten us killed. So I guess like using it in training now, but then like what if we made some modifications and then you use it in real life? And the army was like, fuck you, no. VirtualBox 7.0 adds first ARM Mac client full encryption Windows 11 TPM. So the ARM, which I'm not completely sure, but that might be augmented reality module. I might be. Actually, I'm kind of curious about that. So, like the TPM, that is. Fuck. It's some sort of like security protocol module, but I forget what T stands for. Let me see here.
I do not know.
Okay, so it's just a different architecture for the different tech. Okay, so there's that, and then TPM meaning. Trusted platform module. Okay. So, yeah. So that's what that is. It's a piece of hardware that's in your like if you have Windows 10 or Windows 11 compatible equipment, then you do have a TPM. It's just it's a security measure that's like actual piece of hardware that's on the motherboard itself. So yeah. Microsoft Office will become Microsoft 365 in major brand overhaul. So that's something that's coming around the corner. I mean, kind of go figure. They were kind of, I mean, 365 has been making strides while Microsoft Office is just like part of 365 anyway. So why not move it all into one big thing? America's once unthinkable chip export restrictions will hobble China's semiconductor ambitions. This is kind of been a brewing development. I've talked about this in a couple of previous episodes. If you want to go check any of that information out, feel free. I believe it's in episode 1. Apple to withhold latest employee perks from Jesus fucking Christ. Unionizing. Holy fuck, I can't say it. Okay. Company offering additional education and healthcare benefits. Unionized store. There, I said it. Unionized store.
Mike. Found it out.
In Maryland, will need to negotiate for perks. So, yep. Yeah, I think I kind of brushed past this. So like there's some like benefits packages that Apple is kind of like keeping from anyone that's part of the union for that store in particular, and it's causing a stir, obviously. Benefits as in like insurance, or not insurance, but like other packages that all employees of Apple should have access to. So AI generated imagery, Jesus fucking Christ, is the new clip art as Microsoft adds DALL-E to its Office suite. That is freaking cool. I mean, Microsoft, whatever you might think about Microsoft, the fact that they have a lot of money and the fact that they're kind of putting their money into this AI generated type art, I think that the technology is cool. I do also agree that in terms of artists and what they think about AI generated art, yeah, I can understand where it's like they can steal your art. I get it. That sucks. But as far as like AI, like you type something in and it understands you, that's where I kind of get fascinated with it. But that's as far as I'm going to go with this article. Report thousands of Intel layoffs planned as PC demand slows and revenues fall. Kind of expected. Just because of the prices of certain components is finally coming down, and I think that's a good thing. I think Intel was part of the group that was kind of pushing for their prices to go up as graphics cards were starting to go up, and now that graphics cards are coming down, the rest of it is starting to fall down as well. So this is kind of where it's at. They're losing money. They didn't prepare for it, and now there's layoffs. So yeah.
What thought? Business 101, right?
You'd think. NASA says its space tech could cut electric car charging times to 5 minutes or less. So
that's good. How about you make it happen, NASA? Come on.
A cooling system can be used for future NASA space missions, might be used to help charge electric vehicles. NASA and Purdue University researchers believe that electric cars can be charged in 5 minutes. Purdue has been researching a cable that would fully recharge certain EVs in minutes for many years. So, developments being made by NASA with EV cars. That's pretty cool.
Way to go, NASA.
Yeah. California makes digital license plates legal for everyone. So I just remember some of the things. The comments. The comments, just the funny comments that were on this, where it was like, oh, I can't wait to see, like, get rickrolled by someone's license plate while I'm driving down the highway, blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
stuff like that. PC shipments fall at fastest rate ever as businesses slam wallets shut. Excuse me. More analysts emerge to talk up hefty double-digit shrink in unit volumes. So, what was that?
I said, just kind of to be expected. People working from home, so I mean, the demand for PCs for businesses you would imagine would go down as well. So,
yeah,
makes sense.
Yep. I mean, more and more of the devices that we ship out, like the company that I work for, again, most of them are cell phones. Most of them are, cell phones and sometimes Bluetooth keyboards, depending on how, like how many or how often they have to use the device. It's a little bit easier to use a Bluetooth keyboard for your phone than just typing on a small keyboard. But yeah, so like more often than not, we're shipping out phones and stuff like that. Quite often, quite more than the laptops that we ship out. Yeah. Again, with the Huawei, suspected of trying to sidestep U.S. sanctions using a startup. PXW is a new company run by a former Huawei executive located near Huawei HQ and recently ordered foreign chip making equipment. So killer of Michigan woman missing for 33 years, identified using genealogy technology. Officials say the identification marks the first known time genealogy technology has been used to name both a victim and a killer, an official said. So that's pretty cool. I mean, I remember some of those like Nation's Most Wanted or something like that, or America's Most Wanted, where it would be like they kidnapped this kid and he might look like this now, and they like did this some sort of like morph thing into some person that might look the same as the kid used to. I'm trying to remember what the other one was. Oh, it was like these obese kids that were like, oh, you want to see what you look like when you get older? And they do the same thing. I don't know if you remember those shows or no.
I don't think so. I mean, I know of the concept of it, but
yeah,
I can only imagine like what they would look like. Probably a huge bloated face or something. I would guess.
Well, I mean that was basically it, and like this was early 2000s type stuff. So I don't know if you ever watched Black or White by Michael Jackson, and they had like that face morphing thing.
I don't think so. No, okay. I've never seen that.
Yeah, just give me a moment here.
Does he change from black to white?
No, it's
No, there's Indians in here apparently. No.
I'm trying to figure out where that was. It not this? Oh, there we go. That morphing thing.
Huh.
Because like honestly, it's kind of cool, and it was kind of actually a groundbreaking special effect that they did for this
Yeah.
for this video. But it's that kind of morphing thing now. Just to kind of think of a little kid to a big, big dude. It's basically what that whole show was.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's that. Boston Dynamics. We won't weaponize our robots, and neither should our customers. With the big robot dog. Yeah, I mean, everyone's seen Black Mirror by now. Everybody, I'm sure, has seen a couple of the episodes where they have the robotic killer dogs. See, like they say this, but I mean, who's going to stop somebody from just doing it anyway?
From what I heard, companies have already done it.
That's what I heard too. So I guess I'm a little curious why this is popping up now.
Maybe they're just taking a stance of like, we won't make it for the DoD, Department of Defense, or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Due to their ethnics or whatever, or ethics code, that they won't do it.
Yeah.
Beats me.
The University of Texas hacked Starlink's signal so it can be used as a GPS alternative. SpaceX didn't want to cooperate, so the researchers had to figure things out the hard way. Wait, I thought that. Hold up, I thought Starlink.
I mean, Elon owns Starlink.
Yeah, SpaceX owns Starlink.
Yeah.
SpaceX didn't want to cooperate.
So I mean, if it's similar to other things, like
I'm just misreading this. Okay, so it was the University of Texas that hacked. Okay, yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, everyone thinks that, like, oh, Elon's being so generous by letting like the Ukrainian government use like Starlink for their operations or whatever over there. Mm-hmm. But apparently the thing is, like, he's not doing it out of the goodness of his heart. Like, the US government's paying him to use the satellites, essentially.
Yeah. Well, then, like, he's not even letting the University of Texas, which obviously an American group,
yeah,
get access. Ugh. Anyway,
show me the money.
Yeah, my money.
Elon Tusk wouldn't do that.
Exclusive automakers to double spending on EVs, batteries to $1.2 trillion by 2030. Yeah, because that couple years ago, there was this like goal that California had in mind where they were going to stop supporting gasoline vehicles in their state by, I thought it was 2030. Again, another topic that I talked about with Charlie in the first or second episode. So if you want to know more, go ahead and check that out. Facebook threatens to block news content over Canada's revenue sharing bill. Meta and Facebook I don't know. Facebook warned on Friday that it may be blocking sharing of news content on its platform in Canada over concerns about legislation that would compel digital platforms to pay news publishers. Interesting.
Kind of weird.
Nice. Way to, whatever. Verizon loses more customers in Q3 after price hikes. Yeah, that is a topic that the company that I work for has had to deal with, being that we are going through Verizon for a lot of our stuff, whether it's the devices, the SIM cards, the accounts that are on, or like the lines that are on the phones themselves, all goes to Verizon right now. And it's kind of being brought up on whether or not we should just buy the tech straight from Samsung and then just get the SIM cards from Verizon. But the thing is like, we've been a customer for Verizon for quite some time, that if we did that and we just went to SIM cards, Verizon would lose out on a lot of money. I mean, the company I work for isn't, that big that Verizon would like beat the shit out of us if we left. But I don't think they would be too happy if we just wanted to do the SIM cards and might not allow us to do it anyway. Because over the past month, we've had a lot of issues with Verizon. I don't know if it's the sales that have actually, this kind of makes sense. Verizon's sales going down in Q3, leading to, having to cut back on certain, whether it's, giving people the rate of pay that they need, and then therefore they quit, and you end up with hiring a lot of people that don't know what they're doing, which causes the holdup of the systems that we put in, or that we work with. Because over the past month, like I said, we've dealt with a lot of issues with Verizon in the sense of trying to swap numbers from one line to the other. Usually shouldn't take more than 15 minutes, but it's been taking like an hour just to get off of hold, trying to get into the customer support and go from there. So yeah. blah, 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 Verizon, blah, blah, blah. Apple announces more ads coming to App Store starting next week. Surprising, not really. They announced that they were putting apps in the store a while ago, and I guess it's getting worse. Who to thunk? More money. Hackers breach Iran's Atomic Energy Agency. Protests persists. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the stuff that's happening over there is kind of sad. Iran's Atomic Energy Agency has alleged that hackers acting on behalf of an unidentified foreign country broke into subsidiary network and had free access to its mailing system. I'm wondering if that unidentified foreign country was just within its own country. You know what I mean?
It could have been. I mean,
yeah.
Or it could be like anonymous or something. You never know. Yeah. I'm sure they're just saying it as unidentified foreign country because I'm sure they're trying to say one of their enemies is doing it rather than like their own people or a specific group. I mean,
yeah. So like this article right here, I did mention before that iPhone was switching to USB-C. So the EU gives final approval to law that will force iPhone to switch to USB-C. So I guess it's not necessarily happening in the US, but European people out there, you guys, whatever, as if I get views out there, but like yeah, you guys are getting USB-C, so good for you guys. It makes it so much easier.
Yeah, they're doing something that makes sense. Wow.
Yeah,
congrats, government.
Apple confirms that iPhone is getting USB-C. So let's see if this is actually happening in the US then. Reading, scanning, processing. No, EU. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So just reiterating the last one. China is going full Black Mirror, showing off a robot dog. Okay.
Robot dog that's mounted with a machine gun. Oh yeah.
It can be deployed via drone. That's exactly what happened in that movie or in that show.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yep. Okay.
Art imitates life. Or life. Yeah.
Life imitates art. Meta's value plunges more than $65 billion amid falling sales, rising costs.
Good fucking.
Yep.
Ooh, Facebook, Instagram. Only reason why I have any of that stuff is to see what family and friends do with their lives.
Yeah.
So
once all my family dies, fuck you. Fuck you,
fuck you, Zuck. I'm coming for you, you son of a bitch.
Record-breaking transparent solar panels pave way for electricity generating windows. I did see something about this a couple months ago. I think while I was still in school, actually. So almost a year ago, that scientists were working into it. But now I guess there have been breakthroughs. So that's awesome. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Elon Musk completes $44 billion deal to own Twitter. Yep. Yep. I guess that's official now, or as of the 27th of October. Meta is no longer one of so this is what I mentioned before, where they're no longer one of the top 20 most valuable US companies due to the decline in their value over the last couple months here. And then energy security, not climate change, is driving clean energy investments, IEA chief says. The newest addition to the IEA World Energy Outlook comes at a time of significant uncertainty and volatility. There,
volatility
in global energy markets, according to Fatih Birol, the IEA executive director. The changes taking place appear to be seismic ones. Energy markets and policies have changed as a result of Russia's invasion of the Ukraine, not just for the time being, but for decades to come, he says. So, interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to make light of the invasion, but it's kind of sad that it had to come to this point for energy efficient or clean energy investments to be made in this scale. But yeah, so that's it for this episode. Do you have anything to add?
I mean, just like sometimes it just takes sadly it takes bad things to happen for change to actually be made.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like the way of life, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Nice stuff is changing. I mean, obviously we have global warming's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can attest to that based on the fact that like, when's the last time you remember it being like almost 70 degrees in November in the Midwest?
Yeah.
Upper Midwest at that, you know?
Yeah. Well, like, and then people trying to dispute that, being that like looking back in the last like thousands of years, that there is like, scientifically speaking, there is a cycle of like cooler periods over hundreds of years and then warmer periods. But we are definitely way beyond. Like, we are in that warmer period, but we just like, we took it as a challenge practically. Like, how hot can we get it?
Fucking might be your ice caps.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, there is an ebb and flow of like, you know, hot ice age, hotter periods, whatever else said. But
yeah.
I mean, you know, if the data is correct, which I don't know why it wouldn't be, like, it's a trend that we've never really seen.
Yeah. Well,
in
like,
history.
Adding on to the fact that like the big investments in energy, you know, clean energy coming from Ukraine. There was an article that I do remember reading in one of these episodes where it stated that the ozone layer is starting to repair itself. So, I mean, I think we are getting better, but we've got a long way to go.
Not on my watch. We're gonna tear that down.
Yeah. I want to know what's buried in the Antarctic.
Show me the spaceships. Let's get that bacteria that's frozen in the Antarctic ice. Let's get that thawed out so we can all die.
Yep.